Today I will talk about experimental study design. It is part 2 of my lecture on experimental studies, and these lectures are part of my series of lectures on research methodology. So actually these were the topics which were covered in my previous lecture, and in my present lecture I will talk about factorial design. So this is the lecture outline of my present lecture on factorial design. First of all, I will give introduction of factorial design. Then I will talk about nomenclature. Then I will talk about analysis of factorial design. We calculate the effect size. Then we can do power analysis, and we do analysis by ANOVA or regression method. Then I will give two examples of two-factor design and one example of three-factor design. Then I will provide you with R code and Python code to do analysis of factorial design. So many experiments involve the study of effects of two or more factors. Factorial design is most efficient for these type of experiments. These designs are more efficient than one factor at a time design. In a factorial design, all possible combinations of the levels of the factors are investigated. Factorial design also study interaction among various factors. Factorial design can be simple or complex. Factorial designs evaluate the effect of two or more categorical variables called factors on a response variable. A factor is a variable that relates to the response. Either the factor is discrete by nature or has been made discrete by collapsing a continuous variable. A fixed factor is one with all possible levels. Suppose a group of individuals have agreed to be in a study involving 6 treatments. In a completely randomized factorial design, each individual is assigned at random to one of the 6 groups, and then treatments are applied. Factorial design is practical if 2 to 4 factors are in a model. However, let us see about 2K design. If there are 2 factors, then possible combinations are 2 to the power 2. Similarly, if there are 3 factors, then possible combinations are 2 to the power 3. In both these examples, there are 2 levels of each factor. So 2 to the power k design refers to a design with k factors where each factor has just 2 levels. These designs are usually referred to as screening designs. These designs require relatively few runs per factor studied. They are very widely used in industrial experimentation. Interpretation of data can proceed largely by common sense, elementary arithmetic, and graphics. I will describe elementary arithmetics to analyze the data in factorial design in my present lecture. For quantitative factors, these designs can't explore a wide region of factor space, but determine promising directions. Designs can be suitably augmented, also known as sequential assembly. If we have participants corresponding to all possible combinations of factors, then our design is completely crossed. And if we have an equal number of people in each group, then we have a balanced design. Transformation may be used as a tool in dealing with inadequacy of either variance, homogeneity, or normality of the data as major hypothetical assumptions. So we may need to transform the variables before using the ANOVA or regression analysis for factorial design. So this is the nomenclature, and this is according to the Yates notation. So if there are 2 factors, factor A with level 1, level 2, and factor B with level 1, level 2, by convention we assign -2 first level and plus to second level. Similarly for this factor. And in this cell, we have level 1 of A factor and level 1 of B factor. This is known as intersect. In this cell, we have level 2 of B factor and level 1 of A factor. In this cell, we have level 2 of A factor and level 1 of B factor. In this, we have level 2 of B factor and level 2 of A factor. So this cell is the interaction cell. According to Yates notation, we name the treatment combinations as I, A, B and interaction A, B. And this is how we write the symbols plus and minus. And for calculation, for coding purpose, we just write +1 or -1 instead of plus and minus alone. In this Yates notation, except for the intercept column, every column has equal number of plus and minus signs. The sum of the product of signs in any two columns is 0. That is orthogonal design. Multiplying any column by intercept column leaves that column unchanged. That is identity element. The product of any two columns yield another column in the table. Orthogonality is an important property shared by all factorial designs. So how do we analyze a factorial design? First of all, we estimate the factor effects. Then we formulate the model. Then we do statistical analysis either by ANOVA model or regression model. We may refine the model. We may omit the non-significant factors or interactions. Then we analyze residuals, which is done graphically, and we interpret the results. This is the effect size calculation. So effect of factor A is the mean of response variable wherever A is present minus mean of response variable wherever A was absent. This is the formula for the effect size of A, of B, and AB. These are the power calculations I have taken from this site, and interested viewers can go to this site. This is the ANOVA analysis. So if we define contrast of a particular factor as 2 multiplied by number of replications, small n is number of replications, multiplied by effect size of I. And we have just seen the effect, how to calculate the effect size. So if we have effect size, we can calculate the contrast. Then sum of squares of a particular factor is equal to square of contrast divided by 2 to the power k multiplied by number of replications. Sum of squares total is given by this formula, and we can calculate sum of square error as the total sum of squares minus sum of square A minus sum of square B minus sum of square AB. This is in case of two factors. And the other formula for sum of square of error term is this. And this is the variance, which I will describe later by an example in my present lecture. So this is another way to calculate the sum of squares of factor A, B and interaction term. And this CF stands for the correction factor. And this is how we calculate sum of squares of error term. This is how we calculate mean sum of squares of A, B, AB and mean sum of squares of error term. So here LA means levels of factor A and LB means levels of factor B, and capital N means the total number of observations or the number of groups multiplied by their replications. And this is how we calculate the F statistics, and these are the degree of freedoms. Then we can do t-test also. For t-test, we calculate the variance of effect, standard error of effect, and this is how we calculate the T statistics as effect divided by standard error of effect with degree of freedom as 2 to the power k minus 1. We can do regression analysis also. For example, if we have two factors in a 2 to the power 2 design and we have a quantitative variables x1, x2, and in such a scenario, we can fit the first order regression model. This is how we fit the regression model, and this is how we calculate the coefficients of the regression model. And this is very similar to the calculation of the effect and contrast. So this symbol stands for effect of A, this symbol stands for effect of B, and this is for effect of A-B interaction term. This is the regression model for three factors, and this is how we calculate the coefficients. This I have taken from this site. So let us see examples of the factorial design. So first of all, first example of two-factor design. This I have taken from internet. This is how we can graphically represent the Yates nomenclature or the table of the treatment combinations. So this stands for the intercept, this stands for B, this stands for A, and this stands for interaction A-B. So this is our first variable, and this is our second variable here. So this is according to Yates nomenclature. We have three replications here. So we have three readings for this combination of factors, three reading for this combination of factors, and similarly, we calculate the total. And these are the two factors, and this is our response variable here. So this is how we calculate the effect size, and the effect size here are these for A, B, and interaction term A, B. This is how we do ANOVA calculations, and this is how we plot the residuals. This is how we plot the response surface. Now second example. So second example is for all of us to do manually. So let us say if we have two factors A and B, each with two levels. So it is a 2 to the power 2 design, and there are four applications in each treatment group. This is according to Yates nomenclature. These are the replicated readings for all the four combinations, and we calculate the total of all the replicates. We calculate the average of the replicates, and we also calculate the variance. So all these calculations I have done manually. Then we calculate the average of these variance, and we can do the square root of variance to calculate the standard deviation. So this is how I have calculated the effect size of A, B, and interaction term. This I have done manually. Then I have calculated the contrast. So these are contrast of A, B, and AB. So in this example, we have four replicates and two factors with two levels. Then I have calculated sum of squares according to this formula, that is the square of contrast divided by 2 to the power k multiplied by n. So these are sum of squares of A, B, and AB. I have also calculated the sum of squares total. Then I have calculated sum of square error as 63.345. Then I have calculated mean sum of squares. Then I have calculated the F values, and these are the P values. So factor A is significantly affecting response, factor B is significantly affecting response, and there is significant interaction between A and B. So all these three values are significant. I have also calculated manually the t statistics for each factor. So variance which we found as, let me show you. This was the variance, average variance 5.28 here. And using this variance, I have calculated the variance of effect and standard error of effect. Then I have calculated t statistics, and this is the degree of freedom. And if we calculate the p-value, then all the p-values are statistically significant. Then the last example, which I have not solved, I request all of you to solve this third example. This is an example of three-factor design. So if we have, let us say, first two factors as factor A and factor B with two levels each. So this is how we cross-tabulate factor A and factor B. This is according to Yates nomenclature. And if we incorporate factor C here, so we have two such 2 by 2 tables here. In the first table, we have level 1 of factor C. In the second table, we have level 2 of factor C. So this is how we write the table for three-factor factorial design. This is the Yates nomenclature. So this is easier to write. So we have the intercept, we have A, B, interaction between A, B, C alone, interaction between A and C, interaction between A, B and C, and interaction between A, B, C. So this is how we write plus and minus here, and these are the values. So I request all of you to do manual calculations as I have shown you in my previous example. So these are the formulas for three-factor design to calculate the effect of A, B, and C, effect of interaction A and B, interaction A and C, interaction B and C, and to calculate the effect of A, B, C. So this is how all of you can do the calculations. So after calculating the effect size, you calculate the sum of squares, then mean sum of squares, then F ratio, then P value, and you can also do the T statistics calculation in this case. So factorial design using R language. So this is my same example where I have done manual calculations. So this is using R language. So first of all, we define the response matrix here. And we define 4 columns for this matrix. Then we make such a table using the command cbind. So this is according to Yates nomenclature. These are 4 applications. This column is total of the replicates. Then we have calculated the effect of A, effect of B. Then we have calculated the column AB and also the effect of column AB. So this is how we have made a table of effect size here. So this is similar to our manual calculations. Then we have fitted a linear model here, and this is a summary of linear model. These are the t values, which these are similar to which I calculated manually, and these are the p values. This is the ANOVA table of the linear model. So here we have the significant effect of A, B, and interaction term A, B. All the three are significant. This is similar to our manual calculations. Then Python coding of the same example. So I have made an Excel table of the data, and this is how my data look like. So I have the factor A column, factor B column, and the response. So I have these 4 replications of the first combination as minus and minus. So these are the 4 replicas. Then we have another 4, and similarly. So first we have fitted a linear model, and we have displayed the ANOVA here. So this is the F statistics, and these are the P values. We have also displayed the T statistics for each of the factor. And these are p-values which are all significant. So this is all for today. Thank you very much.